Show us your open house stuff.
But she has number 4. Is that jersey number or what?
What you say? So what needs the equation? Where is it? Don't lie to me and tell me that.
How are you, Mr. Hanks?
Okay, let's start with it.
Oh, cool.
I got this, and then Mr. Hanks complimented me because I did the zigzag photograph.
What is that a picture of?
It's Hobbit stuff.
Oh, cool.
So I had to play a character, so I was which was like, I want to see the
Why did you choose the thrush?
because like I didn't really want to be a dwarf because they're dwarves, but like I felt like the thrush was like the best option. I wanted to be an animal. That'd be cool.
That is a great drawing, Giselle. Okay, where's your things?
Okay, I have a timeline.
Okay.
So this was when I was born. This was when I went to Hawaii. This was when my first trip to Disneyland. This was when we went to the snow. This was the first day of preschool. This was when I was riding my first bike, and then this was when I lost my first tooth. This was the Disney cruise, and this is me now, kind of.
Nice.
That was January 16th. So cute.
Good job.
And then I did this.
I want to see it. I want to see it.
Okay, it's called armor because you want more of the armor. And so it has invisible armor, fireproof armor, and I can't read the last one for some reason. And then
Cool.
Jaselle Lindbergh. And then yeah, it's my location right there. I like this one. I'm actually really proud of it.
That's a great one too.
And then we have Pangea. I tried my best. Okay, so I have a capacity woman. So
I remember this lady.
so it's like 4 cups equals 2 pints. 2 pints equals 1 quart, and 4 quarts equals 1 gallon. So we have that, and then
What's it called? Capacity one?
yes, woman.
Tells you how much.
Okay.
What? You didn't do pictures? Real pictures? I mean, you did drawings.
No, that's better. I like
Okay, this is my wow book. So where we do like fingers like definitions, and I don't have enough time to read them all.
Okay, just show me some of the highlights.
So I have stamps
Okay.
for that completion. So I have this stamp, 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 this stamp, I have 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 this stamp, and I have this stamp, I have this stamp, I have this stamp, and that's all my stamps.
So these are all different qualities.
Really
Which
nice.
one's the best one for you, or most
Can I
important?
just look at this?
Do you have one?
Not really.
Not really.
Okay, this was my poetry book.
Okay.
So we have the front cover. And the plastic cover is the best part.
That is huge. That's really
Got a good timeline.
Okay, so we have the table of contents, which has the name poem, the ABC poem, the Matsuyama poem, the lantern poem, the haiku, the tanka, the limerick, the quintet, the star, and the diamond.
Okay.
Okay, so we have my name poem.
Let me see it.
Okay, I hate jelly beans, just so you know. I'm jelly beans, but I'm amazing at art, and I'm sometimes lazy, but I'm an exciting person. I'm loving to my family. I love unicorns, and I'm excellent at all things awesome.
very good. I like that.
And then we have the ABC poem, where it's like you have to do 4 of the letters in a row, and then the last letter is freestyle. So I did. I'm happy today, just so you know. Lots of people are happy. Yay, they say. So it's IJKL and then Y.
Ah, nice.
And then I have the Matsuyama poem, so it's Matsuyama. It says, meaningful friends from all over, amazing lessons learned each day. Time is used wisely on schoolwork. Something is always going on. Unlike other schools, yelling is not needed for kids. A new day is a new start. Many activities come around. Awesome people helping all around you.
You did all that made up yourself.
Yes. And then this is lantern. So it's supposed to look like a lantern. And it says, so it has to be certain syllables.
Okay.
So for this one, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1.
Okay.
So I got trees, willows, blowing in, the whistling, fall. And then I have my haiku. So it's 5, 7, 5 syllables. So I did the wind pushes grass back and forth. It goes swish swish. Then grass and wind stop. And then I have the picture.
Nice.
And then we did a tonka. So usually the haikus are like what the men would write to women when they were like asking to like date or something like that. And so the men would write the haikus and the women would write the tonka.
Oh, okay.
So I wrote, it's supposed to be 5, 7, 5, 7, 7, I think. Okay, yeah. And then it's like tall as the willow, grows up the spine into leaves, the blossoms blooming into pink cherry blossoms, then fall swiftly and softly.
Nice.
Moving on. Okay, so we have limericks. So there's actually a poem for limericks where it's like, a limerick is a humorous verse of 5 lines. The first 2 lines and the last line rhyme, and the third and the fourth lines rhyme. The third and the fourth lines are shorter than the other 3. The name limerick comes from the story. The name limerick comes from I can't talk. The name limerick comes from the place Limerick in Ireland or something like that.
Okay.
Okay, so mine was, once a long time ago, a man covered in snow looked like a yeti. Some called him Spaghetti. Who is this man? Nobody knows. So these 2 rhyme and this one rhyme, and then these 2 are shorter and they rhyme.
Good.
Then I have the quintet, which is where it's like also syllables. So I wrote, spring is near in the tree forest, but bees are buzzing for flowers, sucking up all the pollen. Yum, spring is great. We have the star poem where it's like, we go these. So it was like, so it was remember something like satisfying, quicker, and like that stuff.
Cool.
Oh, very nice.
I wrote tiny. And then we have the diamond, which is supposed to be shaped like a diamond. So it's supposed to be opposites. So these 2 have to be like opposites, and then it's describing them, and then it has 2 of like the one on top and then 2 of the one on bottom. So I wrote down, deep, dark, freezing, falling, drowning, buried, gray, white, fluffy, flying, soaring, breathing, the sky, clouds, and up.
Perfect.
That's all.
Very nice job.
Oh wait, that's not all. Okay.
All right.
I have ideas. I have ideas. A lot of it's gonna be just what you drink. So yeah. Oh yeah, that's what it is. My oldest is like, so what do you do?
What is your nephew? Everybody has
Of course, mine is right next to Evan's. I did Daniel Hale Williams.
Daniel Hale Williams. Okay, tell me about Daniel Hale Williams.
He was like, okay, so he was born in 1856 as the youngest, I'm pretty sure, of 8 children. His dad died of tuberculosis when he was 9 years old, so he moved to another city to live with his other family. When he became 17, he was a barber in Jaselle, Wisconsin. He went to a high school and then to an academy. Dr. Dan graduated that academy by the age of 21. Then he became Sir Henry Palmer's apprentice. That means someone who will follow in another's path. Then in 1880, he was accepted into a 3-year program, which he graduated from by only 18 to 83. Well, it's by only 18 to 83. It's 3 years. But he then was one of the 3 black doctors in Chicago. Soon after that, he was appointed to the Illinois State Board of Health in 1889. And in 1890, a man named Lewis Reynolds had a sister named Emma who was refused to nursing schools because she was black. Emma went to Dr. Dan to solve this problem, creating Provident Hospital for not only white people but black as well. In 1891, the first few years of the hospital were tough but successful. Little did he know that his greatest accomplishment was right around the corner. In 1893, patient James Cornish came in with a stab in the chest. The stab damaged the pericardium. It was a little tear that could damage Cornish, causing him to die. Nobody would blame Dan if he could not save Cornish, for at that time, nobody had ever done a surgery in the chest, or something like that. Or I think, in the chest.
And you're just
but Dan was not one to give up. He held his chin high, telling his assistant, invented these two words, operate. So like they got the whole hospital together, ready for the operation, and then Dr. Dan did it, and like everyone was so scared, everyone was like sweating, and then he did it. So, yeah. Then in 1898, Dan got married to Alice Johnson, who was a school teacher. Then in 1902, Dan performed another breakthrough operation to suture a patient's spleen. Then in 1912, Dan resigned from Providence Hospital to become a surgeon at St. Luke's Hospital. Dan attended there until he suffered a stroke, so he lived in retirement until his death in 1931.
Nice.
So this is a model, so it's like, it has the heart, and then the outside is the pericardium that got teared.
Very good.
The pericardium is like a cushion for the heart. It's like a pillow when you go to sleep.
Very good.
And then that's a question for fun. And then Daniel Hale Williams died at the age of 75, and his wife, Alice Johnson, died in 1884.
Very nice.
And this is a picture of him.
Why is your name here on this person's?
Oh, this is, okay, so this one was a group assignment.
Oh.
So my name is on here because I was part of the group. And so we had to make up names for our Native Americans. And my name was Ivy instead of Poison Ivy. I stuck with Ivy.
Oh, this is what you were talking about the other day. Okay.
Yeah. So we have the safe house, so that way the water can't reach it. Oh, we live in Shasta Lake, by the way. So that way the water can't reach us. We get fish and clams from the water, and then for food on land, we get rabbits, deer, acorns, berries, and birds. So this is our animal house where we keep the animals. This is our farmhouse where we do the farming, and then the women live here and the men live here. And then for jobs, Mira is the leader. She's my friend, and then she's also the musician along with the guard. And then Aiden, his name is Hunter, and he's a hunter. And then Layla, she's named Coco, and she's the cook. So I'm Ivy, and I'm the shaman. So I'm pretty much like the healer, and I talk to the spirit world.
Nice.
Then Zachary is named Bass. He's a farmer, gatherer, he's second in charge, and he's the guard. So Noah is named Arrow, and he's also hunter. Grant is named Rack, and he's a crafter. So for life and death, so for life, we welcome the new babies with like music and special food. And for death, we send their dead bodies in boats in a box with like carvings of their favorite things on the boat, and we play sad music. So this is like some of the clothes we wear. So this would be like a men's clothing, and then this would be like women's clothing. And then this is what the leaders would wear.
Very nice.
And then I drew this. Haha.
Great one.
My lunchbox is leaking on me.
Oh, okay. You can hold on.
Oh.
What else?
Okay, so I don't know if you can see it, but on the very top right is mine, where it has, all of like my stuff, and it's also about the holiday.
You know the drill. It's all good.
Riddles in the Park, which is a chapter.
Oh, help.
Moving on. Oh, my legs are all wet. Okay.
What are you guys up to?
Now, where is your missing
Oh, come back to see what you think is.
There's a music over there. Okay, so we had a celebration. So there was a poem where it goes, I shall dance tonight when the dust comes crawling. There will be dancing and feasting. I shall dance with the others in circles and leaps and stomps. Laughter and talk will lead into the night. Among the fires of my people, games will be played and I shall be part of it. So Mr. Hank told us to draw what we thought this poem was about. So I thought it was about like camping. So I shall dance tonight, so like, I took shall as like, so everyone else was in the camper, and she was kind of rough in it, so she was like, I shall dance tonight. I took that as like, she wasn't dancing yet or anything, so, and I said, so there was feasting, so she has a hot dog, and she has like s'mores, and then, yeah, and then among the fires, people. So. And then games shall be played. I love Werewolf. That's the best. And then we have this where it's like we have a poem. Okay. Anger in its time and place may assume a kind of grace. It must have some reason in it and not last beyond a minute. If too further lengths it goes, it does into malice goes. 'Tis the difference that we see twixt the serpent and the bee. If the latter you provoke, it inflicts a hasty stroke. Puts you to some little pain, but it never stings again. Close and tufted bush or brake lurks the poison swallowed snake, nursing up its cherished wrath in the pearlies of his mouth. In the cold or in the warm, mean him good or mean him harm. Wheresoever fate may bring you, the vile snake will always sting you. So you have to do a vocabulary for that.
Great.
So I did malice.
Okay.
And the definition was the desire to harm or see others suffer, so I did that. Then provoke is to incite anger or resentment on someone. Tufted is a short cluster of strands, so I did like grass. And then ladder is being the second of two that are mentioned, so those two are mentioned. And then inflicts is to give buyers like attack, so they're being attacked behind the door, you know. So Pearlius was the area near or surrounding place, so that was surrounding the bridge. Yay!
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's where we used to live. That's where I got my idea for the art of
What was that word? I don't have my glasses on.
Pearlius?
I've never even heard of that word. That's amazing.
Tell me about your poster, huh?
Oh, I like your drawings. These look good.
Tell me about your poster. What did you do? Come over here.
Question
Explain.
was, do all liquids boil at the same temperature and to try at least 5 safe liquids? So,
What did you do?
I did that, and water got 100 degrees Fahrenheit with 2 cups. Eva! Juice had 80 degrees Fahrenheit with 1 cup, and then I got 2 cups of soda, which was Coca-Cola, which was 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Then 2 cups of milk, 2% was 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and 2 cups of oil at 160 degrees Fahrenheit.
But what was your hypothesis, though? What is a hypothesis?
A hypothesis is like kind of like a guess of the future.
Okay, so what did you say? What was your guess?
I thought that like the liquids would boil differently, like depending on their temperature. Like with a thicker density, they would boil higher.
Okay. And then what did you find? What did you find out?
Correct.
You were right, huh?
Yay.
But wait, let's see.
Doesn't oil have more density?
Oh yeah, definitely. But isn't milk thicker than water?
Okay, then maybe I was kind of right. I was mostly right.
You were mostly right.
Yay.
Did you have fun doing it?
Yeah.
You have cool drawings.
Yeah.
What kind of juice did you use?
Hi, Eva. Where's yours? Okay.
Kool-Aid?
Forever. Now you have to present it to Polly.
Very good. Good job.
Yay.
High five.
Tired.
Oh boy.